Hi guys. How are you? Welcome to the first Tecwinds podcast episode of 2023. Tecwinds is our weekly tech dose brought to you by Chan from Colombo. Tecwinds podcast bringing you the latest news, insights, and industry expert views. So sit back, listen, and join us on a journey to explore the cutting edge of technology and its impact on our world. Let's get started. 2023 seems shaping up to be a big one for the tech industry. Looking back at 2022 with heavy layoffs, post-COVID development, and the new advancements in artificial intelligence, cloud networks, and virtual reality. We will check what we learned in the past week. Well, first off, we have some streaming news. Netflix, the streaming king, legendary CEO Reed Hastings, has announced that he is stepping down from the CEO role and passing the reins over to co-CEOs Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos. This is interesting. While Disney chief Bob Iger ousted every potential threat to his throne before leaving and coming back later, Reed is leaving his post as co-CEO of the world's largest streaming service after grooming his two successors, who will actually be taking over the job. And then we will move on to the Tecwinds opinion of this week. Since now we are all accustomed to ChatGPT's AI surprise, what are the implications this brings to the table for Google's search dominance? Regardless how impressive is the results, since the dataset used by ChatGPT is not in its current state. Therefore, there is no immediate threat that brings to Google's search results, or its dominance. However, there is a huge potential for a commercial API-driven search product to be launched in the next year or two based on ChatGPT or similar real-time search engine that integrates images and video too. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman already has mentioned video will be integrated. This shift in the web search market could challenge Google's dominance since its debut in 1998. Microsoft is also likely to integrate ChatGPT technology into its products, specifically Bing Search and the Office suite of apps. We will see how it goes. Our next topic will be on Amazon nascent drone delivery. Even though Amazon started commercial drone delivery in the US after 10 years since Prime Air was a pet project of founder Jeff Bezos, who revealed Amazon's plans in a 2013 interview with 60 Minutes. The project, which has struggled to get off the ground due to a series of crashes and other security and safety concerns, now faces internal cost-cutting measures. Also, it's reported some employees in the nascent drone delivery project are losing their jobs, according to people familiar with the matter. Another tech-related news we heard this week is that U.S. prosecutors have seized assets worth $700 million from the bankrupt FTX exchange, a little out of its lost missing assets of $8 to $15 billion. $525 million of that was in Robinhood stocks. Tecwinds also learned that there is a new round of tech layoffs in January. Google is laying off another 12,000 jobs, which is 6% or more of its global workforce. Meanwhile, CEO Sundar Pichai says he's to blame for the extra COVID hires which led them to this. In Redmond, Microsoft is completely dissolving and laying off its entire AltSpace VR platform team, and will shut it down in March. We have always predicted that the metaverse is too early, Facebook is out and now Microsoft, and there will be no commercial products anytime soon as we see it. When we talk about the 2022 layoffs, we cannot forget the person who gave the first bit of doctrine, Elon Musk. After his legendary firing spree, other tech companies also started laying off huge numbers. Now it is said that Twitter has left with 550 full-time developers and altogether about 1,300 staff. This was the most significant job cut from 7,500 staff to 1,300 in the past year. We believe this will help good and probably save the Twitter bottom line for good. Finally, we all know there is a huge cloud boom post-pandemic. Targeting the growing demand, AWS is of course investing $35 billion on new data centers in the coming decade. What's surprising is that they say that $35 billion investment will only create about 1,000 direct jobs. This is another indication of how AI tools are going to change the future workspace. Huge money is at stake, but very few people will be needed to run almost anything in the future. Okay, that's it folks. We will wind up the Tecwinds podcast for today. Thank you and please subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. We will come back when another few tech headlines turn heads in the coming weeks. This is Tecwinds podcast brought to you by Chan from Colombo. Cheers!